Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of an introduction to my makeup rehab series for 2024, my low buy for the year. I mentioned in my 2023 finale that I wanted to do things a bit differently, but I didn't really know how to articulate it in a video. I have been kind of operating under these rules last year as well without really outwardly sharing them with you, and I'm going to try my best to articulate my thoughts and plans with you today because you guys really encouraged me to share what I was doing for my low buy in 2024, so bear with me. I hope I'm able to articulate my thoughts to you in a cohesive manner. My thinking is not always linear. Sometimes my rules seem a little silly to others, but they make sense to me. So a beauty bank style low buy has worked really well for me the last 2 years. However, I have noticed there are specific areas of my makeup that continue to get, my makeup collection, my inventory, continue to get more and more inflated. And I'm hoping to combat that a little bit this year with these rules I have set. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work all year. I'm not setting these rules in stone. If things need to be switched around, if you guys have any constructive feedback for me, please let me know. This will be a fluid low buy. It can morph and change as my needs change. I will say, in the ways to get my point across, I was heavily inspired by Laura from Laura Force and her eyeshadow bank. However, my low buy spans my entire collection of makeup, all of my makeup categories. As I've mentioned, I've been kind of operating on these rules a little bit since last year, so I will have some carryovers from last year. I'm not starting with a clean slate at zero for January of 2024. This is not going to be an update including any of my January products because I just wanted to post an introduction video, and then hopefully I can come back in a couple weeks maybe with a January update. We'll just see how we go. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a beauty bank style, however done completely differently than I've ever done before. I have 3 main rules that I'm going to share with you, and then I will provide examples and the rollovers afterwards to hopefully have it make more sense. The first rule is I must have 2 empties or 2 pans that are product specific before I can buy anything. A problem I have been running into is I would finish 2 mascaras and buy a blush with it, for example. My low buy has never been product specific because I wanted to be able to buy whatever I want. However, my makeup drawer of shame has shown me that eyeshadow, blush, and lip products are a major problem area for me, and they are not the products that I finish up easily. So why am I finishing up a foundation and buying a blush, finishing a mascara and buying a lipstick? Because those categories keep getting inflated. So we're going to try product specific. Empties for things like concealer, foundation, and pan for things like eyeshadows, blush, bronzer, that sort of thing. If I hit pan in a powder and finish a powder, that still gives me my 2 points needed. I must also, if applicable, test out 5 products from that category out of my makeup drawer of shame. Testing out meaning 3 to 5 uses. I can give you my thoughts and opinions on the product using it more than once or twice if I have products in that category. I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I've used not at all, once or maybe 2 times ever in my collection. I don't consider those fully tested out. I still consider them part of my makeup drawer of shame. The number of palettes in there, the number of lip products, the number of blushes especially is crazy, but also I have 2 foundations in there. I don't need to buy a new foundation when I have 2 unopened foundations in my makeup drawer of shame. That should be tested out first. So even if I use up 2 foundations, I should test out the 2 foundations I have in my makeup drawer of shame before purchasing a new one. I should test out at least 5 of those eyeshadow palettes and hit 2 pans and eyeshadow palettes before buying a new eyeshadow palette. Again, I'm really hoping that makes sense. So I must have 2 pans or 2 empties of a certain product, and I must test out 5 of that same product category out of my makeup drawer of shame, if applicable, before buying something new. I am going to have exceptions. I threw this in at the last second because I do like reviewing makeup on my YouTube channel from time to time. I am under strict beauty budget monetary wise, so the money I make off of my YouTube channel is what is going into funding my makeup purchases for this YouTube channel. So I'm not going to be going crazy. I don't make a ton of money on my YouTube videos, but I have 6 YouTube review exceptions. I don't know if I will use those, but I wanted them there just in case. If there is a foundation that you guys would like to see my opinion on, and I'm really intrigued by it, but I'm nowhere near finishing off 2 foundations, then I wanted to have just a handful of exceptions. So essentially I'm starting off my beauty bank with 6 instead of the 20 I have in the past. So those are my very broad, brief rules for the year. Like I said, this is product specific to try and get some of my inflated categories under control. There are going to be categories that don't count as much. I don't think after I finish 2 mascaras I'm going to feel inclined to go purchase a new one, but we'll just play that by ear, I guess. I wanted to share an example I have that I did last year but didn't really inform you guys. So last year I finished off my Bare Minerals pressed powder. I also hit pan in the first powder in this palette. I've already had this pan a long time ago, and it wasn't until I had both of those, the pan and the empty, that I decided it was okay during the Sephora VIB sale to buy a new powder to test out. I bought this one specifically, the Lawless powder, to use in my Testing Samantha March's Favorite Products video. But I didn't purchase a new powder, bring a new powder into my collection until I had finished one and then hit pan on a different one. Technically I hit pan in and finished my Bare Minerals powder in the same year, but I hadn't thought through that yet. So that is like the example, and I don't have any powders in my makeup drawer of shame. There are specific categories that I don't have anything in my makeup drawer of shame. I don't have any highlighters in there. I don't have any concealers. I only have one bronzer, and it's a cream bronzer that technically I've used before in the past, but I have a new one down there. Again, it will make more sense as we have more empties and pans to share. I have 2 other products I want to roll over from 2023 that took a lot of effort from me to meet this goal, and I already had this low buy idea in the back of my mind. So first, a highlighter. I have my ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Smoke and Whistles. Hi baby. This took me almost 100 uses to hit pan on. I tried really hard to hit pan on this last year and successfully did that. So I'm going to roll this over as 1 pan in a highlighter. Again, I do not have any highlighters in my makeup drawer of shame. So I also haven't purchased a highlighter since June of 2022. So once I hit pan in another highlighter, I'm going to allow myself to purchase a highlighter I've had interest in. You know what I mean? One that's on my wish list. I'm not just gonna go buy random ones. I have makeup on my wish list in every category, let's be real. But if I hit another pan, so I've added 2 highlighter pans to my collection, I have no highlighters in my makeup drawer of shame, and I haven't purchased a highlighter in over a year and a half, I think that it's okay for me to buy a new highlighter to test out. I don't want to completely limit myself from never trying new makeup, and I'm never going to finish 2 full-size highlighters. Let's be real. But I can hit pan. So I don't know if this would work for other people. Also, I am not the most proficient panner. So same with the eyeshadows, I only have to hit pan in 2 eyeshadows. Well, I only hit 5 eyeshadow pans all of last year. So it's not like I'm going to like accumulate all these points really fast. I'm not someone who hits 5 to 10 eyeshadow pans in a month. I hit 1 eyeshadow pan every other month, maybe. I am going to try much harder this next year, especially with Project Level Up, to hit more pans in 2024 than I have been. But again, the 2 pan rule is specific to me. If for some reason you like this style of low-buy situation I'm doing, you will definitely need to tweak the numbers so that they make more sense to you, where it is still a challenge to accumulate these points in a beauty bank, if that makes sense. Another powder, which this is a spoiler for a project pan, that should be my next video, but I technically emptied out my Hourglass Veil powder at the very end of 2023. Again, this took me quite a long time to do, and it reduced my powder inventory by 1, so I now have another powder point. So I'm only rolling over 2 things. I'm not rolling over any of my eyeshadow pans from last year, and I didn't even go through every single category, but I knew these 2 I had in mind that I did want to roll over. So I am going into January 1st. I know I'm filming this well after that, but just my intro is going up way later because it took me a long time to formulate if I even wanted to do this video. I'm going in with 1 highlighter point and 1 powder point. So I need to hit pan on or finish 1 more in each category before buying another one. Once again, PR is not going to count, and decluttering to reduce my inventory won't add into this. I really want to focus on utilizing my collection, meeting project panning goals, and there are definitely eyeshadows specifically that I really want to purchase this year, but I also want to reduce my makeup drawer of shame, especially eyeshadow palettes and lip products and blushes, but like testing out these palettes more than I have been, but also hitting pans. So I'm hoping that this style of low-buy will be encouraging to me, and if I need to switch it up halfway through the year, or you guys have some really great suggestions for me on how to make this even better, please let me know. But that is everything for my introduction for my makeup bank, makeup rehab, low-buy. I don't know what I'm calling this series, probably Makeup Rehab 2024, because that has been what my low-buy has been called on my channel for years. I'm hoping this works out for me. I think that it will. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave your feedback in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!